Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. First carry for the Oklahoma State man, Chuba Hubbard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Good sign here early. Everybody on offense there up front in the backfield in sync on that play.
So much talk about what do you do to neutralize home field advantage? Well, teams that run the football effectively, they often have a way of neutralizing it in a big way when they have those types of runs.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Cantrell. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead.
Panthers 7, Giants nothing.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 at the 22-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll run. Here's the former Seminole. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. A big chunk on the ground there. 27 yards. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Tracy going to get it on 1st down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The Giants at 2-0 here to begin the season. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Jenkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 43 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ballgame. 2 carries for him now on the opening drive, both for good yardage.
And based on film study, they thought that there was a chance to spring him more than once for some pretty good yardage in this game.
Play action. Now Dart. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
A loss of 6.
He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Ready? Let's go. 19, Tiger. 19. Come 19. Come 19. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
To throw is Dart. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Panthers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 4.
Let's go now.
Operating from the gun, Cantrell. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Deontay Banks with it. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Dart. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
60 Eagles, 79 Broncos. Mustang 19.
Off the play fake, it's Dart. He's got him in, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That's a 1st down and then some, a 32-yard pickup.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Give that sack to Nakobe Dean.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Working out of the gun is Dart. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
Throwing his dart. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Giants first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Jenkins down inside the 40. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. Running left is Tracy. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They'll go again with Tracy. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Dart. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Nakobe Dean. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Man over the middle, and it's complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
That was a heck of an effort to stop him just short of the marker, but now they're going to need another big play on 4th down on defense, I believe, because offensively, they went from 3rd and long to now it's a go situation here on 4th and inches.
They'll try it now with Scatterbury. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
On the double. 18, Pioneer. Oh, come on. Set. 19, Buffalo 18. Dragon 60. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Here's Dart. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game does. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all the week? Not the one that you're throwing it to. And maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Panther 60, Panther 60, Panther 11, Panther 11.
Looking to throw, Dart. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
19, look, Cowboy 80. Go.
To the air, Dart. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Ready? Trap 60, trap 60, go! Cougar 19. 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Throw left side there, Schwartz with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop the throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Okay, ready?
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 79 Broncos. Track 60. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with a 14-0 lead, they may just try to get this to the locker room. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Giants are going to get the football back at their own 17.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10.
19 Tiger, 19, 7 Pirate, 7 Pirate.
Off play action. Ferguson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Giants. Malik Neighbors as the first half is winding down. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Rigoberto Sanchez set to
So
kick
not
off.
much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop. The 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. They go back to the air here after the INT into this drive. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A final shot before break. Cantrell. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come, their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
2nd and 10.
18, go! 19, 18.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. There's a short one caught by Johnson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now they go straight. It's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Back to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 30. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Again, it's Johnson. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Ferguson. They'll try to set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. A great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go, Shaq. Let's keep those sticks. 19, Tiger. 19, Tiger. Check. Take go.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Now 2nd and 9.
Buffalo 18. Let's go now. Panthers 60. 60 Bobcats. 65. Cup 19. Cup 19.
Back to throw. Ferguson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Giants 1st down. 1st and 10.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Ferguson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 11. And that is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
70 Lions.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 18 Pioneer. Dragon 60. Ready,
They'll look to throw now on first down. A throw right side caught by Neighbors. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up second down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Go! 19 Tiger, 19 Lion. Buffalo 18. Take off.
2nd and 6. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Hut, hut.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Hammering to the goal line. He loses the football. This has been a long drive. You know that defense, they're craving to get off the field. They were able to force it free but couldn't recover it.
Yeah, and on the offensive side of the ledger, they were thinking about how do we punctuate this drive with 6, right? Make it an exclamation point. Instead, you got to put a question mark next to this drive now after the fumble, even though they recovered it.
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal.
70 Timberwolves. Go!
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. Here it is, 4th and goal.
Here we go, set.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Giants have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it solid because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would, and in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll find McMillan here. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That is caught. McMillan with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
These guys certainly not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Operating from the gun, Cantrell. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Panthers are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
28. Giants 14.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
31-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. 70 Rangers, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Go.
Off the play fake. Ferguson. That ball caught by Slayton. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big completion there against double coverage. And Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got to pick me for? It's my turn now to make the big play. And that's exactly what he did.
Viking 18.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Nick Scurton in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Here's 2nd down. Off play action. Ferguson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for Carolina, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.